ओम सदाशिवसमारंभां शंकराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। ओम पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते। ओम शांति शांति शांतिः। ओम नमो ब्रह्मादिभ्यो ब्रह्म विद्या संप्रदाय कर्तृभ्यो वंश ऋषिभ्यो नमो गुरुभ्यः। So we were looking at the third Vakya in the fifth Brahmana of the first chapter. Here the three annas. Okay, so Saptanna Brahmanam this is. So the discussion is about 7 type of anna or food, out of which 4 has already been discussed, which are supposed to be given to others and which are supposed to be karana also, okay, or sadhana. Now here the phala, which is for oneself, if you distribute those 4, what do you get the other 3 for yourself? That is being talked about. Trini atmane akuruta iti. So 3 types of anna are created for oneself by the jiva or pita, which are what? Mano, vacham, pranam. So this actual Upanishad Vakya meaning we saw last time. So we'll just go into the Bhashya straight away. So Panktasya karmanaha phalabhutani yani trini annani upakshiptani tani karyatvat vistirna vishayatvacha purvebhyaha annebhyaha pritag utkrishtani. So Bhashyakara is saying here, these 3, why they are being separately talked about? Why did not the Upanishad talk about these 3 annas also in the previous Vakya itself? For that he is giving a reason here. He is saying these 3 are nothing but your own karma phala. Okay, this karma which is panktasya means which is having those 5 factors which we talked about already. The karma which is done with these 5 factors and that karma's phala are these 3 things. So the kind of mind you get, the speech you get, and the prana you get, it is all due to your karma. It's all your karma phala, correct? So if you want to have a good mind, good prana and speech and all that, you should have punya. Okay, so at least keep that in mind right now. So these are all your karma phala bhuta. They are in the form of the results of your karma, and these 3 annani, and they have been left out because they have not been talked about before. So upakshiptani, why? Because they are karyatvat. So the 3 things which have been left out are all karya or results or effects, because the other 3 are the sadhana or karana, other 4. So those were talked together, and now these are talked separately. And also they are vistirna vishayatvacha, they have to be elaborately discussed. They are elaborate topic. Okay, so purvebhyaha annebhyaha pritag utkrishtani, so they have been separated separately. Now they are being dealt with from the others. So tesham vyakyanarthaha uttaraha granthaha a brahmana parisamaptehe. So these 3 are only going to be now described in the rest of the Brahmana. In the rest of this section, all the other Vakyas are all only going to talk about these 3. Trini atmane akuruta iti kaha asya arthaha iti uchyate. So here it is quoting, correct, from the original Trini atmane akuruta iti. So after iti, it is now telling exactly what are these 3 things which have been created for oneself. Mano, vacham, pranam. Manaha, vak, pranaha. Etani, trini annani. So these are the 3 annas which have been created for oneself. Tani, manaha, vacham, pranancha, atmane, atmartham, akuruta. So these are created for oneself. So Tani Atmane Akuruta. So Bhashyakara is commenting for this. Means Atmane means Atmartham, for oneself. Akuruta means Kritavan. It has been created. Or Srishtva. Adau Pita. So the Pita is Jiva here. The father created all these things for oneself in the beginning. Okay. In this, Tesham Manasaha Astitvam Swarupam Cha Prati Samshayaha. Only with reference to mind there is doubt, it seems. Whether the mind itself is there or not, that doubt is still there. In Shankara's time only the doubt was there. Okay, but it has not yet been resolved. Even today, scientists are not, there are a large body of scientists who are called, actually, ironically, they are called monist, but they are material monist. So most scientists do not accept anything other than matter is there. That means there is no mind according to them. Only brain is there. Only some chemicals in the brain are there, some electrical impulses are there. They only look upon the whole creation like that. Everything is matter. And those who accept the mind are called dualist, because they say there is another thing called mind. So, but we go by the Veda as the Pramana. So this doubt is not something new. It is still there. So it is relevant. So Veda is very clear. Okay. So it is now establishing that there is something called mind, and what is its nature also it is going to talk about. So therefore it said, so since there is a doubt with reference to its existence and its nature, therefore it is being now said. What is said? Astitavan manaha. So mind is there. Okay. And also, what is it? It is separate from all the sense organs. Shrotradi Bahya Karana Vyatiriktam. So it is separate from all these external sense organs like ears, eyes, etc. Okay. So Yataha Evam Prasiddham. So because of this only, it is very well known in this manner. What is that? Bahya Karana Vishayatma Sambandhe Satyapi Abhimukhi Bhutam Vishayam Na Grinhati. So only because the mind is there, correct? And this is very, very common, correct? Everybody's experience, it is there. What is that? That somebody is wide-eyed, open eyes. Somebody is there with open eyes, seeing something right in front of them. You think they are seeing, but in reality, they have not seen it, because they are engrossed in something else. So the object and the sense organ are in contact. So Bahya Karana Vishayatma Sambandhe Satyapi, even though there is a Sambandha connection between the external object and the external sense organ, external to mind, all of them, correct? That's why Bahya Karana he is saying. Why Bahya Karana also he is saying is mind is called Antah Karana. So so with reference to the mind, all the indriyas are Bahya Karana, and Vishayas are of course external to the body itself. So those two are in contact. Even though they are in contact, and even though the Vishaya is right in front, Abhimukhi Bhutam Vishayam, Nagrinhati, even then it is not cognized. Okay, so in that situation, you ask that person, Kim drishtavan asi idam rupam iti uktaha vadati. So you ask that person, did you see that? Okay, like that, did you see that form? If you ask him like that, then what does that person say? Anyatra me gatam manaha asi. My mind went somewhere else. Soham anyatra mana asam. So I became the one with with mind engrossed somewhere else, absent-minded, you can say, correct? Or I am daydreaming, thinking about something else. Therefore, what? Na adarsham. I did not see. Similarly, what? Tatha idam shrutavan asi. Madiyam vachaha ityuktaha. This also you all experience, correct? You say something to somebody and then ask them, did you hear what I say? then only that person hears. Then he says, no, no, I did not hear. Why? Again, anyatra mana abhuvam. My mind was somewhere else. Na ashrausham, na shrutavan asmiti. So I did not hear. So na adarsham anyatra mana abhuvam, na ashrausham iti. Okay. So this part is now commented. Therefore, what? Tasmat yasya asannidhau रूपादि ग्रहण समर्थस्यापि सतः चक्षुरादेः स्वस्व विषय संबंधे रूप शब्दादि ज्ञानम न भवति. Therefore, what? Even though the eyes and other sense organs are capable to reveal, correct, their own objects, still what? So the sense objects can be revealed by the sense organs. They have that capability. Even though they can reveal it, the knowledge of that or the cognition of that sense object does not take place if the presence of this mind is not there. Okay, if the presence of this thing is not there. And what is that? Okay, that is the, and yasya cha bhave bhavati. If it is there, then the cognition or the knowledge takes place. And therefore what? Tat anyata asti. Therefore there is something else other than the sense organs which is required for the cognition to take place. That much we know. And what is that? Manaha nama antakaranam. That is what is called as mind, which is also called as antakaranam or internal organ. Sarva karana vishaya yogitva yogi iti avagamyate. And it is also connected to all the karanas, all the sense organs, correct? All the sense organs report to the mind, and mind only objectifies and then knowledge takes place. So mind is connected to all the sense organs. Sarva karana vishaya yogi. All, so it is connected to all the objects which are revealed by the sense organs. Okay. And tasmat sarvo hi lokaha manasa hyeva pashyati manasa shrunoti tad vyagratve darshanadi abhavat. So therefore what? Everybody in the world, they only see through the mind, they hear with the mind only. And if it is engrossed somewhere else, if it is engaged in something else, then seeing and hearing and all is not possible. Therefore what? Mind's existence has now been established. Okay. So astitve siddhe manasaha swarupartham idam uchyate. So the existence of mind has now been established, and now its nature is being talked about. What is that? Kamaha. So now this part, what is the nature of mind means all these things are mind only. Kamaha, sankalpaha, vichikitsa, shraddha, ashraddha, dhritihi, adhritihi, hrir, dhir, bhir, ityetat sarvam mana eva. And as I told you, this is very commonly quoted by Bhashyakara in many places to establish the nature of mind. So now he is explaining that kamaha. Okay, stri vetikara abhilashadihi. So kamaha means the desire to unite with females, all that. Starting from that, okay, all desires, in fact, particularly here, sexual desire, Bhashyakara is saying here kama, that is also from mind only. Sankalpaha. Sankalpaha, generally we mean intention or resolve, correct? I resolve to do this. That's how we start everything, correct? Whenever we do any Vaidika karma, even any puja, we do a sankalpa, we resolve. Okay, and so we resolve to do something, and all that is all sankalpa, intention, you can say. But Bhashyakara here, what he says, pratyupasthita vishaya vikalpanam, he says. So whatever is there right in front of you, okay, and you are now seeing all the options in that, whether it is shukli, shukla, niladi bhedena. So sankalpa here is what? You are aware of all the options, all the different possibilities. That is sankalpa. Here, at least here, Bhashyakara is giving that meaning. So whatever is there in front of you, what are the different possibilities, options? That is sankalpa. Then vichikitsa means what? Samshaya jnanam, doubt. You don't know whether it is this or that. You have so many things in front of you, and which is what? There is no idea. You are in doubt. Shraddha, Shraddha is giving meaning. Adrishtartheshu karmasu astikya buddhihi devatadishu cha. So Shraddha means what? Whatever you don't see. If I say, if the Veda says there is Swarga, Swarga you cannot see, or there is nobody who can also go there and come back and tell you it is there. At least nowadays, even if somebody says that, you will send him to some Heel Park or Agra or wherever it is. So your astikya buddhi means what? It is there. You accept even though you do not see something. With your see here means also through other sense organs. So you are not able to establish the existence of something with your perception and inference. Still you accept that it is there because you take it as a praman. For example, the Veda says there is adrishta phalam, papa and punya is there. Correct? You accept it. Okay? And then it also gives you karma. And if you do this karma, you are going to get punya. And with that punya, you can go to swarga. That the atma survives the death of the body. It can take another body. Okay? Dehantara sambandhi atma. Deha vyatirikta atma. Dehantara sambandhi atma. All these things Veda only has to reveal. Correct? And all these things you accept as it exists. This is true because that pramanya buddhi is there with reference to the Veda. That is Shraddha for us. Astikya buddhi. And again, Veda only tells there are devatas. And all these offerings you make are to the devatas. And devatas are only then giving back to you. So it is our own sacred cosmology, you can say, correct? Our cosmic ecology. So Devan bhavayatanena te deva bhavayantu aha parasparam bhavayantaha, like that Bhagavad Gita also Bhagavan says. So you give all the offerings to the devatas, devatas also bless you. So it is parasparam, it is mutually you are helping out each other. So now the astikya buddhi, all these things are there, the devatas are there, karma is there, karma phala is there. Although all these things are adrishta, not seen by you, but you accept it, it is there, means you have shraddha. But ashraddha also is there, tad viparita buddhihi. But if you do not accept all these things, then you have ashraddha. Okay. So that is also possible. There are many people who do not accept the Veda as a pramana, even within our tradition. That's why we have Astika Darshana and Nastika Darshana. So Astika Darshana, there are 6 Astika Darshanas in our tradition. And there are 6 Nastika Darshana also, those who do not accept the Veda. So Ashraddha also is there. Tad Viparita Buddhihi, the opposite of whatever was said before. Then Dhritihi, Dharanam. So Dhritihi means holding something, supporting something. And here what? Deha the avasane uttambhanam. So uttambhanam means propping up or being alert, let us say, correct? So you come back to, so even you are tired and you are going like this, then you are holding on your attention, being attentive, let us say. That is all dharana. But dharanam also, dhriti or dharanam also is the ability to hold in your mind and visualize complex things. Correct? Like a chess player, the best chess players can visualize so many moves forward. That's why they are able to play well. correct? So that is all dhritihi only. For that also you have to be alert and attentive all the time, correct? That is dharanam. You can hold things, whether you can hold your body erect and attentive. Mind also you can hold and be attentive and hold lot of things in your mind. All that is dhritihi. Adhritihi tad viparyayaha. The opposite of dhriti, you are not able to hold. You are inattentive. Nowadays, in fact, children are like that. They watch too many cartoons. No attention span. That is all adhritihi. Correct? Attention is there means you have dhritihi. If your attention span is very poor, then it becomes adhritihi. Hrihi means lajja. So lajja means having a certain shyness. Okay. Then dhihi means intelligence. Prajna, the ability to know, discern. That is dhi. Bhihi, bhayam means fear. Ityeta, etad, evam adikam. So all these things in this manner, whatever has been described here, evam adi also, because it is not an exhaustive list. It is only an indicatory list. So Bhashyakara puts as evam adikam. So in this manner, you can add some more also. All these things, sarvam manayeva. Okay, so all these things are nothing but mind. So these are all the manasaha antakaranasya rupani etani. Okay. So here actually kamaha is said, akamaha is not said. Like that. But shraddha, ashraddha, dhritihi, adhritihi and all was said. So you can say even from that standpoint also Bhashyakara is saying evam adikam he has to say. Because the Upanishad has not listed everything. It is only an indicatory list. It is not an exhaustive list. But we have to understand all these things are mind only. And it is the internal organs, nature or form. It is there in like this only. So manasaha antakaranasya rupani etani. Okay, manaha astitvam prati anyacha karanamuchyate. Also it is going to tell you another reason for the existence of mind. Already one reason was given, but now one more. What is that? Tasmat manaha nama asti antakaranam yasmat chakshushaha hi agochare prishtataha api upasprishtah kenachit hastasya ayam sparshaha janoho ayam iti vivekena pratipadyate. So because what? Yasmat, because chakshushaha hi agochare prishtataha api upasprishtah. So with your eyes you cannot see your backside, correct? But if your backside is touched and you are not able to see with what you have been touched, still what? You are able to discern certain things. How you are able to say whether you have been touched with a hand? Kenachit hastasya ayam sparshaha. So this touch is from hand or it is from a knee. Janoho ayam iti vivekena pratipadyate. So you are able to discern whether the touch is from a hand or from knees, even though you have been touched behind, where you cannot see with what you have been touched. Therefore, mind has to be there. Tasmat manaha nama asti antakaranam. Therefore, mind has to be there. Why? Because yadi vivekakrit manaha nama nasti. If this discerning faculty is not there, called mind, then what? Tarhi tvangmatrena kutaha viveka pratipattihi syat. The sense of touch alone cannot tell you what touched you. Okay. To discern that, there has to be something else, something more than the sense of touch. That is your mind. Therefore, what? Yat tat viveka pratipatti karanam tan manaha. So the mind is the one which discerns. The discerning faculty in this case is mind. So mind is there. So one more karana also Upanishad is giving you. Although Upanishad is a pramana, We can just accept if it says mind is there, but still it is giving you all supporting logic. Therefore, what? Asti tavan manaha swarupancha tasya adhigatam. So therefore, mind is there and its nature also has been known now by us. Okay, it has been revealed. Then what? त्रीणि अन्नानि इह फलभूतानि कर्मणां मनोवाक् प्राणाख्यानि अध्यात्म अधिभूत अधिदैवञ्च व्याचिक्यासितानि. Okay, so here these three annas are there, correct, which are in the form of karma phala, results of your action, and those are manas and vak and prana, and also they are not only there in your body. Right now we are talking about adhyatma, means with reference to your body we are talking about this mano vak prana, but we will talk about this in the macro level also, in the with reference to the elements, okay, adhibhuta, and with reference to the devatas, adhi daivam cha vyachikyasitani. So this will be talked about. This has to be explained now. That will come in the next vakyas. Therefore, what? Tatra adhyatmikanam vang manah prananam manaha vyakhyatam. So here what? With reference to the body, at least amongst the vak, manas and prana, manas has been talked about already. Manas has been discussed. Manas is there, has been established, and its nature also has been talked about, its form. Now what? Atha idanim vag vaktavya iti arambha. So now we have to look into vak. Speech has to be talked about. So it is beginning. What is that? Yaha kaschid loke shabdaha dhvanihi talvadi vyangyaha pranibihi varnadi lakshanaha itaraha va vaditra meghadi nimittaha sarvaha dhvanihi vageva sa. So here vak is talked about, correct? So yaha kascha shabdaha vageva sa. So that's what Bhashyakara is now talking about. So for that, yaha kaschit loke shabdaha dhvanihi. So shabdaha means sound, and where this sound originates from. Talvadi vyangyaha, it is vyangyaha means it is manifesting. From where? Talu means palate. Of course, many of you are attending Sanskrit classes, correct? So when we teach the initial Samskrita Varna only, the alphabets, we talk in terms of the effort, from where you have to make the effort to produce the sound, to manifest that sound. So we say kanthyaha means sounds which come from throat are called kanthya, correct? Ka, kha, ga, gha, nga. These are all kanthya because they are coming from the kantha, throat. Then murdhanya, correct? Ta, tha, da, dha, na. Murdha means the upper part of your mouth. That is murdha. And from murdha the sound is coming. Ta, tha, da, dha, na. Then cha, cha, ja, ja, nya. That is the talu, in fact. Palate, we say, just behind your gums. And then tata, da, dha, na means they are all dantya. Then papa, babha, ma, oshtya and all we say, from the lips, whatever you get. So like this, sound can come from all these places. They are all vak only. But not only this, even the clouds, whatever sound they make, or even the instruments, musical instruments, vaditra meghadi nimittaha sarva dhvanihi vageva. That is also speech he is saying, because although human voice can sing and bring out the lyrics very clearly, but even some instruments also have not that clear, but they can still reveal certain things, correct? And even the sounds of clouds, Bhashyakara is saying, it is also some kind of speech. Maybe we are not able to understand it now, but that is also speech. That sound also is telling something. Therefore, what? Idam tavad vachaha swarupa muktam. So now the nature, the form of the vak has been said. Ata tasyaha karyam uchyate. Now its function is being talked about. Okay, what is the function of vak? Yesha vak hi yasmat antam abhideya avasanam abhideya nirnayam ayatta anugata. So this vak only is bringing to a end, you can say. Avasana means normally stop or end and all that, but here nirnayam Bhashyakara says. So to know something, you have to give a name, correct? With a name only you are knowing something. So with a name only you are discerning that this is a pot, this is mango, all these names. So with walk only you are knowing all these things. It is helping you to reveal. It is revealing to you certain things, correct? The words, the sounds become words, and then through that they reveal to you the meaning. So that's how you discern certain things. So along with the sound only, the meaning also is determined, and then knowledge takes place. Therefore, what? Yesha punaha swayam na abhidheyat dheyavat prakashya. So now the speech is revealing to you the meaning, correct? The word is revealing to you the meaning. Then what will reveal the word itself or the speech itself means speech itself does not require any other thing to reveal it. Okay, that is what Yesha Punaha Swayam na Abhideyavat Prakashya. It is not something which is revealed, it is not something which needs to be revealed by something else. Okay, the Abhideya or the meaning of the speech is revealed through the words or the speech. But the speech itself need not be revealed through anything else. Why? Because Abhideya Prakashika eva Prakashatmakatvat Pradipavat. So speech also is like light or a lamp. A lamp can reveal other objects, but you don't require one more lamp to reveal this lamp, correct? Lamp is self-revealing and it also reveals other things. Similarly, speech also, it reveals itself and reveals through its meaning its objects, correct? Whatever object. Therefore, what? Nahi pradipadi prakashaha prakashantarena prakashyate. So that's what Bhashyakara says. A lamp, the light of the lamp need not be revealed by another lamp. Okay, therefore what? Tadvat vak prakashika eva. So vak also, speech also reveals. It's a revealer. Swayam na prakashya. It is not revealed by any other thing. Iti anavastham shrutihi pariharati. So in this manner, there is no anavastha also. Otherwise, it will become infinite regress, correct? Who will reveal the speech? This speech has to be revealed by another speech means it will keep on going. So yesha hi na prakashya. So this is not something which is revealed. Prakashatvam eva vachaha karyam ityartha. So therefore, what is the function of speech? Speech has to enlighten, has to reveal. Okay, it should not cause heat. My Guruji used to say, because the Vag Devata is Agni. Why? Because Agni can both light or enlighten or can cause heat. Speech also is like that, correct? You tell something and somebody becomes hot in anger. So speech should not cause any heat. It should only throw light like that. My Guru used to say always. So that is something we have to keep in mind, I think. Okay, so now Vag also is over. Next is what? Atha pranaha uchyate. Pranaha mukha nasika sancharya hridaya vrittihi pranayanat pranaha. So pranaha, apanaha, that whole list is there, okay? And pranaha means what? Mukha nasika sancharya, the one which goes through your mouth and nose, it is traveling there, okay, the breath. And hridaya vrittihi, it is also connected to your heart, it seems. Pranayanat pranaha, so it is moving you forward, it is leading you. So it takes things forward. That's why it is called pranaha. Then what? Apanayanat mutra purishadehe apanaha adho vrittihi anabhisthanaha apanaha. Next, apanaha is what? So this is taking, this prana is taking into you, and apana is taking outside. Apanayanat, taking out, taking in and taking out. Also you can take. Like mutra purishadehe, excretion, etc. And it is adho vrittihi, it is moving things down. And anabhisthanaha, this apana is operating from your navel onwards. Okay, this prana is operating from your mouth and nose up to your hridaya, you can say, or even up to nabhi. Because you take breath, it goes up to your nabhi, correct? And from the nabhi up to excretion and all that, it is apana. Vyanaha. Vyana is what? Vyaya mana karma. Vyanaha. So vyaya mana karma means what? It is something which is regulating, you can say. In fact, circulation also is called as vyanaha, the bodily circulation of fluids, blood, and so many things are circulating, correct? And also Bhashyakara says prana apanayoho sandhihi. So it is also the connection between prana and apana. Vyana is, and it is the one which is regulating both. It is taking care of all circulation. Then viryavat karma hetuscha. So because of vyana only we get strength. That means if the blood does not circulate, you won't get any strength, correct? Your nourishment and all will not reach different parts of the body. So vyana is the one which is giving you virya, strength, power, energy, everything. So viryavat karma hetuscha. So it is viryavat, and it is also the one which makes you act. All the karma, whatever action you can do, it is because of vyana. Udanaha, utkarsha, urdhva gamanadi hetuhu. So udana is what? It is something which moves up. Okay, urdhva gamanadi hetuhu, utkarsha. So it is the cause for moving up. And what? Apada tala mastakasthanaha. So it is there right from your feet up to your head. And at the time of death also, this udana only takes the prana away from the body, they say. And also from where it leaves, depending on that and all, there are some things are there, because they have this chakras are there, correct? From which chakra the udana left. If you are a jnani, it is supposed to leave through your sahasrara, they say. So some people even check once, if some sannyasis and all die, what they'll see if there is some blood on the top, that is supposed to be indicative of the pranas left through the sahasrara. Whether it leaves like that or not, anyway, what they normally do is they break one coconut on the head of the sannyasi before they put it inside the samadhi. So they'll make it like that. So anyway, so here udana is the one which is taking things up. It's a movement up towards up. Even like things like sneezing are all part of udana, they say. Then samana means samam nayana. Samana is the one which is equally distributing everything. Means bhuktasya pitasya cha koshtasthanaha. So samana is the one which is digesting and then distributing everything equally to all the organs. Okay. And it is in the stomach, koshtasthana, annapakta. So it is the one which digests everything, that is samana. So all these things in general are called ana. Ana ityesham vritti visheshanam samanya bhutam bhuta. samanya deha cheshta abhisambandhini vrittihi. So ana also is there here, correct? After prana, apana, vyana, udana, samana, ana ityetat sarvam. Ana is what? All these things in general and any other activity you can think of, the bodily activity, physiological activity in general is called ana. Okay, so it is a generalized word which generally indicates all these activities, physiological activities. Samanya bhuta, samanya deha cheshta abhisambandhini vrittihi, that is ana. So evam yathoktam pranadi vritti jatam etat sarvam pranaha eva. Now all these things, okay, connected to prana, etc., all the activities, everything is prana only. It is called generally as prana. Etat sarvam prana eva. So prana iti vrittim vrittiman adhyatmikaha anaha uktaha. So this prana, which is having connection to all these activities, and with reference to the body, it is called as ana uktaha. So karma cha asya vritti bheda pradarshane vyakyatam, and what is all its function or activities also was talked about, correct? In terms of prana, apana, vyana, udana, samana, what are their functions, activities, that also has been described. Now what? Vyakhyatani, adhyatmikani, manovak, pranakhyani, annani. So this manovak prana which has been now described here, these are all what? Adhyatmikani. These are all with reference to one's body. They have been talked about. Okay. And then what? Etan mayaha, etad vikaraha. So now this whole body itself is nothing but a modification of all these things only. Okay. The prana, mind, and vak. So etad vikaraha, prajapatyaihi also Bhashyakara puts here. That is because you should not think that these things are there like this only. They are all created. Prajapatyehi here means they are all created by Prajapati. They are all part of creation. Okay, why this Bhashyakara is putting is, some people say that these are all not created in fact. Okay. So we have to specifically say that mind, vak, prana, etc. are all created. They are all from Prajapati. So Prajapatyaihi, Yetaihi, Vangmanah Pranaihi, Arabdhaha. So they all started from Prajapati only. This Vang, Manah, Prana, etc. And their vikara, their modification only is this body. Okay, that's what he will now say. Ko asau, kaha asau ayam karyakarna sanghataha. So what is this combination or collection of karya and karana? Okay, means what? Atma, pindaha, that is what is known as Atma, body or self. Pinda, this body. In fact, you cannot really call it Atma. That is the beauty, correct? Or that is the tragedy. But it is called Atma. So, Bhashyakara talks about that also. What does he say? Atma Swarupatvena Abhimataha Avivekibihi. So, see, this word Atma, depending on the context, can mean the body, physical body, or it can even mean the mind. But in reality, Atma cannot be this body or mind. Okay? Atma is self, Atma is always subject. It cannot be an object of knowledge at any point in time. But still, all these objects of knowledge, like body, mind, senses, and prana, are all taken as Atma. Atma Swarupena Abhimataha Swarupatvena. So they all are looked upon as oneself. By whom? Aviveki bihi, by the ignorant people, those who do not have viveka. Atma, anatma, viveka is not there. We take ourselves for granted From the time you are born, you never analyzed yourself. In fact, you are very busy learning about everything else. In fact, you have been given an identity by others, because ego itself forms later on, even in the baby, they say. So initially, baby does not even know how to use first person, correct? Babies can refer to themselves in third person also. They do that, in fact, correct? But people, society and others only give the identity. Then you take that identity seriously without analyzing. It is all avichara siddha, correct? This is aviveka only. You have never analyzed what is this self. You take yourself as this body mind sense complex, and all the problems of body mind sense complex becomes your problems, correct? As soon as you take upon this individuality, all the problems of the individual becomes your problem. But individuality itself comes and goes. It is not something permanently there with you. So it is not really your nature. It is only a tatastha lakshana. It is like a crow sitting on the building. Okay. While the crow is sitting on the building, you can say, if you want to identify the building, you can say, or even if the crow has left also, you can say, wherever the crow was sitting, that building is the building you are looking for. You can identify like that, nothing wrong. But it is not really the Swarupa. Like that, individuality is something which you are holding on to and suffering. So aviveki bihi atmaswarupatvena abhimataha. That is the problem. By the ones who do not have viveka, discriminatory knowledge with reference to what is self and not self. So avisheshena etanmayaha iti uktasya visheshena vangmayaha manomayaha pranamayaha iti sputikaranam. So here in the beginning, here it says, see, correct? Etanmayaha va ayam atma. So here this atma, this body itself is nothing but a modification of all these things, vikara of all these things. Then it says specifically, what are those things? Vangmayaha, manomayaha, pranamayaha. It is putikaranam. Explicitly now it is clearly saying this body, mind, sense complex is nothing but a modification of all these things, vak, manas and prana. So with this third is over. Fourth, fifth and all, nothing much is there. Okay. Tesham eva prajapatyanam annanam adi bhautikaha vistaraha abhidhiyate. So adhyatmika is over. Now with reference to the elements, adi bhautikaha. What is that? Trayo lokaha yetayeva. Okay. Vageva ayam lokaha. Mano antariksha lokaha. Pranaha asau lokaha. So these three lokas are also now looked upon as this Vak, Manas and Prana. See, that's why see in our tradition, we always look at both the macro and the micro. Okay, Anda and Pinda. So at the Pinda level, it has been talked. Now we are talking about the Brahmanda. So now what? This Loka, Trayo Lokaha, or what? Bhurbhuva Swaha. Bhashyakar also says here. Bhurbhuva Swaha. Ityakyaha yeta eva vangmanah pranaha. So these three bhurbhuva swaha also are modifications of this vang, manas and prana only. And in this what? Vageva ayam lokaha. So vag is this loka. And manaha antariksha lokaha. Manas is in between antariksha. And asau that loka means swarga loka. Swarloka is prana. Like this we look upon. Not only this loka, then other things are also it is talking about. Trayo Veda Yetayeva Bhageva Rigvedaha Mano Yajurvedaha Pranaha Sama Vedaha. So three Vedas are also looked upon now as what? This Vang, Mana and Prana, Mayaha only, they are also. So Vag is Rig Veda, Manas is Yajurveda, Prana is Samaveda. And then what? Devaha, Pitaraha, Manushya, Yete Eva Vageva, Deva, Manaha, Pitaraha, Pranaha, Manushyaha. Okay. So this Vedas also we saw now Devatas. Even in this what? You Devas, Pitris and Manushya, if you take, they are also this Vang, Manas and Pranamaya only. In that what? Vag is Devas, Manas is Pitris, and Prana is Manushya. And again what? Pita, Mata, Praja, Yeta eva, Mana eva, Pita, Vang, Mata, Pranaha, Praja. So again, if you look at it as Pita, Mata and Praja also, even here what? This Manas is the Pita, Vag is Mata, and the children are Prana. So like this Vang, Manas and Prana are being talked about as everything, okay, both at the micro and macro level. Tatha Trayaha Veda Ityadini Vakyani Rijvarthani. So these three Vakyas, this 5, 6, 7 are all there, correct? So they are all Rijvarthani means what? Straightforward in meaning, Bhashyakara says. Okay, so he is not giving any commentary there. You have to just read it and understand. Then the 8th one is coming now. Vijñātam. Okay. Vijijñāsyam. Avijñātam. Yeta eva yat kincha vijñātam. Vachaha. Tad rupam vagdhi vijñāta. Vagenam. Tad bhutva avati. Okay. So, vijñātam means what? These are all what is known. Okay. And then what? Vijignasyam. Vijignasyam means what you desire to know. Jignasa means what? Desire to know, correct? So, what it is desirable to be known. Vijignasyam. Avijñātam. And what is unknown. So, whatever is known, whatever is to be known, or whatever is desirable to know, and whatever is not known. Yeta eva yat kinchit means what? These three are only there. Okay. In fact, the whole world can be brought into these categories. It is either known, or either it is desirable to be known, or it is unknown. You don't even know it is there, correct? Then see, there is a known unknown and unknown unknown. That's what we have to understand. Known, known unknown, unknown unknown. All three are there. Okay. So everything which is to be known, if you take, it falls under these three categories. Yat kincha vijñātam yeta eva. So whatever is to be known, they are all under these categories only. Vachaha tadrupam, and word is their form. Through words you can know all these three things, correct? Why? Because Vagdhi Vijñata means Vak itself is the one. Vak is the knower. Means it reveals to you, correct? Word is the one which reveals to you. And what? And also Vag yenam tad bhutva avati. So Vak is the one which becomes the meaning, correct? And then it protects, it says. Okay. So it protects. And what is the meaning of all these things? Bhashyakara will give little bit more. I think we'll see that next week. Okay. ओम पूर्णमदः पूर्णमिदं पूर्णात् पूर्णमुदच्यते पूर्णस्य पूर्णमादाय पूर्णमेवावशिष्यते। ओम शांति शांति शांति। हरि ओम श्री गुरुभ्यो नमः। हरि ओम।
ಧನ್ಯವಾದ ಗುರುಜಿ.
ಧನ್ಯವಾದ ಗುರುಜಿ.